The state of Texas reopens on Friday, for some businesses, but some Texas Democrats are making it sound as though Governor Greg Abbott is going to force everybody to go out and throw a big Cinco de Mayo party. Hey everyone, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. The article here from Jeremy Wallace over at the Houston Chronicle, headline, Growing chorus of Democrats baffled by Governor Greg Abbott's plan to reopen Texas. Now, remember, beginning on Friday morning, Texas retail stores can open up. So can malls and restaurants, and movie theaters as well, but only at 25% capacity, which if you really take a look at 25% capacity, that's not a lot of people at most restaurants, at most retail stores, etc. That's kind of like a handful of tables at most restaurants. But the Democrats are still taking their shots at the governor. The article here from the Houston Chronicle, U.S. Representative Sylvia Garcia said she's, quote, baffled by the governor's plan to reopen malls, restaurants, retail stores, and movie theaters while COVID-19 infections continue in Texas. And she says continue to increase. Former San Antonio mayor and presidential loser Julian Castro called it cavalier, and former U.S. Senate loser Beto O'Rourke said reopening is premature. So for this article, you have two Democrats who both ran for president and got their asses kicked running for president in the presidential primary. And you have Sylvia Garcia, who is, well, she's okay, fine. She's a congresswoman, but she really, I guess she hasn't done much really in Congress, but okay, fine. These are the three Democrats that are opposing Abbott on this. On a conference call with reporters on Thursday, Garcia, a Houston Democrat, said Abbott has been talking about relying on doctors and data, but she said she has questions on which doctors and which data he is relying on. So I guess now it's okay to question doctors. Beforehand, when people would question doctors and medical experts like Dr. Birx, Dr. Fauci, you're not supposed to do that. But if you are Congresswoman Sylvia here, Sylvia Garcia, you can go ahead and question the doctors that Governor Abbott is using, which, by the way, Dr. Birx was one of the doctors who signed off on this plan, according to Governor Greg Abbott. Garcia said, is it really time? Frankly, we just need to keep doing what we're doing. I'm not convinced it was time to open, certainly not here in the Houston region. Abbott is ending a statewide stay-at-home order at the end of Thursday, allowing retail stores, malls, restaurants, and theaters to reopen at 25% of their maximum capacity, even in cities such as Houston that enacted local rules to close those businesses. Abbott's order supersedes any conflicting orders enacted by local officials. To support his order, Abbott has stressed in TV interviews that Texas has one of the lowest death rates in the nation and continues to have plenty of hospital bed capacity. So the governor is saying, hey, chill out, relax, we're doing okay. And you've got these Democrats, a handful of Democrats who are upset with Abbott because we're moving the state forward. Folks, we've got to reopen the state at some point. We just cannot remain closed down. What I think is interesting about this is Sylvia Garcia, she's got her job. She's still getting paid as a member of Congress. She's making some good money. Beto O'Rourke, he's independently wealthy. Well, I guess married into it. But he's wealthy. He's got money that's coming in. And Julian Castro, I assume he's got some money as well. He was already out of a job because he hasn't really been doing anything other than running for president the last couple of years. So he's had to get used to not working. Listen, these people haven't been impacted. As of today, 30 million Americans have lost their jobs in the last 6 weeks. 30 million Americans have lost their jobs in the last 6 weeks. There's millions of Texans who have lost their jobs. And if we continue this idea of just shutting down, millions of more people will lose their jobs and millions of people will lose their businesses, and that's going to have an impact moving forward. It is time to reopen Texas. In fact, I don't think that we should be at 25% capacity. I think if anything, we should be at maybe 50% capacity, but we should also trust our local officials to make some of those decisions, and we should allow our local businesses to make those decisions. If a local business wants to force people to wear masks when they enter their place of business, we should have them do it. We should applaud that. If a place of business tells you not to wear a face mask when you walk in, we should applaud that. We should be okay with that. Local business owners have every incentive in the world to keep their employees healthy and their customers healthy. They don't want the bad PR that comes along with being a coronavirus hotspot. And these Democrats who are baffled by what Governor Abbott is doing, maybe some of you are baffled because you would make decisions that nobody wants, and that's why we don't elect you to anything in the world, except for Sylvia Garcia, who is an elected Democrat in Harris County, which really isn't that hard to be. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to go out to your favorite local business on Friday and welcome them back.